I'm getting ready to pour myself Arizona iced tea. But here's the ethical question of the day. Should you shoot at a deer that is 82 yards away? I'm going to give you my opinion in a minute. But first, let's go over here and do some shooting at 82 yards.
The message of the Holy Scriptures is absurd, and the life of the Messiah is meaningless, unless we believe that he walked perfection, and that he died for my substitution, that his resurrection is no illusion.
Y15E01 3D target at 82 yards, and here we go. Well, that's a kill shot. 82 yards.
Alright guys, here's my final analysis. Is it ethical to take an 80-yard shot with a bow? Well, in one word, yes, in my opinion, if the right conditions exist. Here's the right conditions. There's controllable factors and non-controllable factors as I see it. First of all, if you're proficient at making such a shot consistently, maybe putting 75 to 80% of your shots in a paper plate at 80 yards, you may well be ready for such a shot. So the key is practice, practice, and more practice. Secondly, controllable factors. If you're shooting a higher poundage bow, 60 pounds plus, flatter shooting bow rated at least at 320 feet per second, then you may be ready for such a shot. But you need a bow that's going to fling arrows with some serious speed and some serious power. Third, controllable factors. If your equipment is fine-tuned, in other words, you need a pin sight that's set for distances. Adjustable sights will work, as well as a 7-pin sight. They are a must. Never try to guess on how high to shoot over an animal's back at that kind of distance or range. It's just not ethical. Now for the non-controllable factors. The non-controllable factors are, first, wind. Wind is your enemy. Anything more than a light breeze, you should never try such a shot at such a distance. Secondly, how relaxed is the animal that you're shooting at? If he's jittery or moving around a lot, I would never try such a shot. You need a very relaxed animal that stands stationary for longer periods of time. Here's kind of giving you a breakdown on how I judge the shots in my mind. I'm an average shot with a rifle, and I do not practice a whole lot either. So as a result, I don't take long shots with the rifle. Maybe 250 yards would be my longest mark that I would shoot. But in my mind, that's about 40 yards with the bow on a calm day. But when you move from 40 to 50 to 60 yards with a bow, the margin of error exponentially shrinks. So here's how it looks in my mind comparing shooting with a rifle. So at 40 yards, it's about 250 yards. 50 yards would be about 350 yards. 60 yards, 500 yards, 70 yards would be about 700 yards, and then 80 yards is about 950 yards in my opinion. Now you notice that it exponentially goes up, the numbers do, by 50 yards per 10 yards with a bow. That's about how I judge it in my mind. Now you could keep working that up as far as you want, but for myself I never practice past 80 yards, so I'm not going to try to take a shot longer than that. So the bottom line is it ethical to take an 80-yard shot at a big game animal with a bow? Well, I think only you can answer that question for yourself. For myself, I say yes. If you know what you're doing, you're practiced up, you can proficiently shoot at 80 yards, and also the conditions are right with the right equipment, I think that is a perfectly ethical shot. Just like a 1,000-yard shot on an animal might be ethical if you know what you're doing, got the right equipment, and you practice that is with a rifle. This ought to be a lively discussion, so be sure and leave your opinion below. We'd love to hear your opinion, and be sure and give us a thumbs up. Watch our videos this year. This year we're limited on our amount of time to hunt, but whatever we get, we'll be sure and bring to you. Thanks for watching.